Last time saw us heading to Tek Tanks to collect our new tank. This time, we install it. As I showed the other day, the dinghy's got even more water in now. It's the amount of rain that we've had, and we're expecting more. Oh, shoes are coming off. Shoes are coming off. Dinghy's moving. It's moving. Oh!
I need the watering on the level. And it's going to take an awful lot to warm this water up for a bath, baby. So don't even threaten me.
Okay, so you'll have seen, hopefully, on the Tek Tanks video we've produced, where we had a fantastic visit down to Tek Tanks, and Jolly and Martin showed us around. This is the tank. We only saw a fleeting glimpse of our tank whilst we were there. And we loaded it into our car and brought it all the way up from Hampshire back up to Hartlepool, which was about 300 miles. So that tank is a direct replacement for the aluminium one that we've got on board. First steps today are we have to transfer the fuel out of the starboard tank into the port tank, and that involves working in the saloon. So I'll just turn fuel pump on. Fuel pump's running. Just check for leaks. And if I listen in the port tank, I'll move the mic. You should be able to hear the fuel running in. One thing I need to keep an eye on is the fuel tank vent for the port side, which is just there. That shouldn't be a problem, and that's because the pickup leaves me about 30 litres in the bottom of the tank, which will then have to decant into my spare cans. So a bit of an update. Been going at it nearly 4 hours, but we're still pumping fuel out of this tank. I've prepped here. I've got the breather off. That had to be cut off, but I was changing that pipe anyway to a larger diameter. It took nearly an hour to take the fuel inlet hose off. That was a wee bit tight, but it's a very stiff hose. I've got the mattress out, only just. Wow.
Wish I'd have emptied the dinghy now. Need a cool bath.
Yeah. So I've already taken some battens out. They were removed in the past before. I've got one across there. Then we can take the tank top off and drain the rest of the fuel that's in there before we then have to lift this end of the tank up over the Blackwater tank and tilt it up and out. But prior to that, I've got that wall to take out and on the other side of it, which is all been loosened off ready. So, and then I can disconnect the tank from the supply lines. Oh, excuse my back.
So easy. You like it right up small?
So we're on day 2 of taking the tank out. Took all of that section out there really because I needed to get tow the I'll put some light on the valves because they were buried away. We're going to change that on the new tank. Those valves will be in the engine bay, not on top of the tank where they're totally inaccessible. So it's proving a little bit tricky, is this, to shadows all over. We've cut through this section here, and I've got 2 screws just underneath the backside. Just can't get undone. So
it's one of the pleasures of working on a boat.
So Janet's done a great job there, lifting that tank out.
Mrs. Muscles. Away.
So lighting's not good, but that's the tank out. That's that. We've had to cut a little bit more away of the bed frame than I really wanted to do, but that was the only way really to get that tank out without moving a black water tank. Next part, well, we've got the new tank sat inside the boat.
We're a step closer, and then we've got the tank resting on the top of the cupboards. That now has to come through this little doorway.
Yeah, and that is just slightly wider. That's 500mm and the tank is 430, but we've got the valves. So
Fun, but we'll wangle it.
What I might do is take the valves off in situ there.
But you can't do that with this tank.
No.
So
or do we have
we can get that one through.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah,
know
and that's
how
still,
to do it.
I can't take the filler hose off that one or the breather because they're welded on that one and they're not on this. But if we have to, I can take those off.
But I would prefer him not to.
But then I'd have to reseal them with something that's not silicone. Right, this is the dip pipe out of the fuel feed. Janet's just showing the silicone all gummed up, and this is why we were getting fuel starvation. Both that and the transfer has got some on, not as bad, but they're pretty cruddy, which means I'm going to have to look at the port side just to make sure that they're clear. On the port side it is easier to get to. I can get at those through the my wardrobe, so it's just a case of emptying my wardrobe out, taking the false floor out, and I can get to certainly the engine feed side, and then we'll just check that, but not today obviously. So earlier on we showed the tank resting on the top. It's now gone, disposed of, and that is where the fuel tank resides. So I just need to clean in there because there's bits of rubbish and all sorts down there. I have to find the torques that are dropped, and then cut the old fuel supply lines out, open up the holes for the new fuel tubing, and we can then put the new tank in. And because the tank is on our settee, it has to go in today.
Got it?
Yeah.
Right, so first things first is
Twist.
if we swish it backwards slightly and then onto its bulb. Right, and then take it back as far as it'll go. Right, hold on.
Yeah. Right, I'm at this side now.
Right, yeah, but you're going to be in the way.
No. Right, if you go down there, because we need to slide it a bit that way, just a little bit, about 6 inches. That'll do.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
You up?
Yeah.
Right, you move out the way. Right, watch the...
Right. Are you okay there?
Oh, I ain't got hold of it.
Alright.
So once it gets so far, it will carry on.
Yeah.
You okay for me to push?
No.
Because it's holding itself at the moment.
Right.
Do you need to be this side?
I'm going to put a strap around it.
Okay. Boating life. Who'd do it if they really knew?
Right. So pass that strap over that end and underneath it.
Oh, it's on a... Oh my, I can't do it from that position.
Right. Ready?
Hold on, no, hold on. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Right.
Don't tell me you need a strap under the foot.
No, it's the... Right, try it now.
I think we do.
We're nearly there.
We're nearly there. Not far off, but I can't see. Just right, let me have a look around it.
It's just that big bundle of... that I could feel. Originally, it was this piping that we just put in.
Yeah,
It was bending like that.
yeah, yeah,
Managed to get that shifted,
Yeah.
the other three.
yeah,
And then as you go in, there's a wire.
yeah.
And I thought I'd moved it, but I obviously can't move it far enough. So do you undo that and I'll try this? Let's just
Try and see.
just get into a different position.
See, it might need a push, not a...
One. You sure with them wires?
Yeah.
Is that it? That's as far as it goes?
It's down. It's not down fully yet. Oh, might
It
be.
is.
It is.
It is. It's in the...
Right, okay.
It's in the... It's actually in that groove.
It's in.
Yep, it's in that groove.
Right, it needs to go forward. Still.
Again. Okay, 1, 2... Ouch!
That's it.
I wasn't expecting it to go forward with a clunk.
That's it. We're in. Come back down a bit.
Well, I can't do that because I can't get in.
It's in. Woohoo! Yeehaw!
Well, that went in a lot easier than the other one came out.
Yeah.
And a lot cleaner.
Yeah. You're blocking the camera.
Oh, sorry.
All we've got is a good shot of your back. So, tank's in. It's coupling up job now. And then start rebuilding in here. So I've got wiring to do, I've got them to do. Yeah. And it's in.
It is completely in that little box.
Yeah.
All the way.
My measurements were right.
Okay, I'll let you off.
That's a lot more progress. We've got the fuel filler in, we've got the breather in, and pipes out for the feed and return, or feeds and return. All done. So we're just about finished in here, tank wise. Got everything to rebuild. So we're starting day 3 of replacing our fuel tank, and what that lot is out of the aft cabin. I have to put all that lot back today to get the cabin back together. And then there's a woohoo moment as we've got the bread base back, the mattress back in. Be nice to be back on our memory foam mattress. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Right. Yeah. I'm having a ride back round. You're having a ride. I'm too lazy to walk back round. I don't blame you.